For a man in my position, it's a terrible dilemma.
What?
Interrupt the progress of knowledge or starve. Your geography lesson, love, it's cutting me off from my cornflakes.
Oh, sorry. I've been staring at this thing for 5 minutes and I've got a horrible feeling that I'm nowhere near warm.
Well, I told you, find the north coast and then left hand down.
Find the north coast? I can't even find Jamaica.
Yeah. There are, Jamaica and Montego Bay.
Oh, look. It's right next door to Cuba. There's only a strip of water between.
Yeah, you can wave to Fidel Castro on a clear day. But don't let that fool you, love. There's a lot of brass in Montego Bay. It's a sort of millionaire's Blackpool.
Millionaire?
Imported ones. They leave London and New York with snow on their boots, and a few hours later, there they are, on the beach, sucking champagne ice lollies.
Oh, I can just see us doing that.
Yeah. December to April, that's the height of the summer there. Luxury hotels, golden sand, sunshine, and all personally discovered by Christopher Columbus.
The luxury hotels?
That came a bit later.
I still can't understand it.
Understand what?
How Kenneth Barlow comes to get offered a job from Montego Bay.
Then have another look at Dr. Blanchard's letter. Oops, it's all there.
Dear Mr. Barlow, may I first say how much I enjoyed meeting you in New York and how delighted I was to find a young British schoolmaster.
Young? How about that then?
A young British schoolmaster whose views were so much in sympathy with my own. Since we met, I have acquired a well-established private school, the Randall Hart School here in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and I should be honoured if you would join my staff as head of the Liberal Arts Department.
Well, it's a very serious step to take, is that, love? I don't think I could advise you. I don't think anybody can.
Well, I did hope that with all your experience...
Oh, it's nothing to do with experience, love. It's the thing every woman must make her own decision about, just how far she's going to go.
Perhaps Mr. Howard would care to venture an opinion.
No, thank you. I don't want to be incriminated as a dirty old man.
And you know what that means.
Oh, dear. Princess Margaret had no lack of advice when she faced up to this same decision.
Yeah, and you know what she did? She did ignore everybody and did her own thing, and that's precisely what you'll have to do.
Yes, it seems as though I will.
You know, Miss Nugent, a fly on the wall of this room, I think you were talking about marriage.
You go and get your middy, love, and pay no attention to him. I'll give you 3 cheers, even if Peeping Tommy won't.
Yes. Perhaps it is reassurance I'm really seeking. Thank you, Elsie.
No, don't mention it. I'll send you the bill. By the way, how's our Annie taking to the fact that you're going middy?
I haven't really mentioned it. She has been rather distraught.
She's not still distraught, is she?
Oh, no, she's over it now. In fact, it's lovely to see her smile again after the horrors of the past fortnight. Anyway, I'd better be on my way. I mustn't make you late for work.
No, that's all right,
Thanks
love.
again.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye.
Hello? Yes, she is. See you.
Hello? Yes, it is. Oh, good morning, Mrs. Painter. It's the boss. Yes, I could. Yes, I will. Yes. See you at 10:30 then. Goodbye.
Which boss?
That is Mrs. Dawn Painter, bless her little heart.
And who's she when she's at home?
She's never at home. She's a Northwest Divisional Director of Charm Cosmetics.
I see. What does she want?
I don't know, but I will at 10:30, won't I?
Perhaps she's going to give you a rise.
Aye, and our Emily might get herself a see-through.
Listen, you will ask her, won't you?
Are you serious?
Yes. Another £3 a week and we'll be out of the red in 1972.
You must be joking, £3 a week.
Have a look.
Eh?
Result of hard work and sobriety. Well, part sobriety.
Have we really got this much stashed away? Oh, we're winning, kid. We really are winning, aren't we?
Yes, we really are winning.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Carver. You're looking well, considering.
Considering what, Herman?
Well, you know, considering.
What can we get you, Mrs. Colwell? Oh, well, nothing just at the minute, thanks very much. I've just brought my shopping list and my bag.
Oh, right. Oh, this won't break my arm, will it? I'll bring it round later on for you, Mrs. Carver.
Oh, thank you, Herman.
Hello, Mrs. Carver.
Hello, love. Morning, Maggie. Morning, Herman.
Oh, go on. You just might convince me.
Oh, you're a little ray of sunshine today, Val. Sunshine? Well, we could all do with a bit of that, couldn't we? Can I have a packet of soap, please? What are you grinning at?
Nothing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's that salt, you know. It has them in stitches.
Oh, what was all that about?
I don't know. It's a good job you didn't show her them hilarious baked beans. She'd have broke a rib.
And a piece of halibut and some apple pie and custard for afters. Oh, and don't forget to tell him that the haddock's for me because I'm very particular. What you might call a connoisseur.
Oh, you've got a mind of your own when it comes to meal times, Albert.
Oh, I have that.
I used to ask Armistead if he fancied anything in particular, but he never seemed to fancy anything in particular, but he always enjoyed it when he got it.
Oh, aye, yes. There's a lot of fellas take that attitude, but I always reckon it's the first sign that you're slipping to go downhill.
I don't think Armistead was...
You see, a fella that isn't the master of his own stomach is master of nought, and certainly not master of his own house. Oh, well, any road. I'm just off to get my pension, look. I'll be back in about half an hour.
Oh, right you are, Albert.
Ta-da.
Ta-ra.
Oh, hello, Mr. Tadlock. Is Mrs. Caldwell?
Yes, she's right in there.
Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello, Miss Nugent.
I'm just on my way into town, Mrs. Caldwell, and I wondered whether you're ready to go yet, or is it a bit early?
But I'm not going to town, Miss Nugent.
Oh, I thought you were going to meet Mr. Garside
Meet Mr. Garside?
at the bus station. Oh, dear, quite clearly Billy forgot to deliver the message. Mr. Garside's coming back from Whaley Bridge today, and he wanted you to meet him at 11:30 if it's convenient.
Oh, Miss Nugent, I'd no idea. What a good thing you decided to call for me.
Oh, can you come then? I thought you might have your shopping to do.
Oh, no. Oh, there's Albert and his fresh haddock. Oh, blow him. He's too fussy by halves, he is. I'll just go and get me other things.
Oh, get a load of this after your breakfast.
Well, what do you expect? Curlers?
Curlers? Nobody wears curlers these days. Ma'am, I'm talking about you.
I have a date with the boss.
Oh, not on the carpet, I hope, Elsie.
Should hope not, love. It's a woman. Oh, I see what you mean.
Well, you're acting very brave, Elsie, but you're not fooling me. I know you've got a nasty little caterpillar wriggling round in your stomach, haven't you?
You mean that something that smoking can't kill. Nevertheless, love, I'll take 20 off your hands.
Right. Oh,
There we are. Thanks a lot. Well, go on then. Wish me luck.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good luck.
Good luck, Elsie.
Oh, and if I'm not back in 3 hours, send your Bobby after me, will you?
Pardon?
Oh, it's just a joke, Mrs. Caldwell. Oh, hey, did you forget something?
No. I just want to put a few extra things on my list.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, thank you. Only you see, we're having company, so we want some extra bits. Oh, I hope you've got some of that tin syrup sponge. Andel's very fond of that.
You know, she's got more men in the house than we've had hot dinners.
Would you come in, please, Mrs. Howard?
You.
Sit down, Mrs. Howard. I always like to take a special interest in the work of our newer area managers. In particular, I go through their monthly returns very carefully indeed. I've just been going through your returns for December.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with them, I hope, Mrs. Painter.
Overall, they're very good. However, there is just one thing that I find rather disturbing. I take it you maintain regular contact with your agents.
Yes, I do. Make it a point of seeing each one of them once a week at least.
Of course. Then you'll be able to tell me why one agent sold practically nothing during the whole month.
Oh, you mean Mrs.
Mrs. Sidlow. Mrs. Mavis Sidlow. Those are her figures. Not encouraging, are they?
Well,
Yes, Mrs. Howard. There is an explanation, I presume. Was she ill?
I'm afraid I don't know.
You don't know?
I called at the house 4 times. There was no reply. Even her neighbours don't know where she is.
She went away for a whole month and didn't tell you.
No, she didn't tell me.
Then I suggest you take urgent steps to locate Mrs. Sidlow and have a few very sharp words with her. If every agent disappeared into the blue whenever she felt like it, there'd be no cash in the bank to meet my salary. Or yours, for that matter.
Yes, I do realise that.
Good. Then I leave you to take care of Mrs. Sidlow. You've made an excellent start, Mrs. Howard.
Thank you.
See that your agents don't let you down.
I'll do that, Mrs. Painter. Good morning.
Good morning. How did you guess?
Anybody home?
What the heck are you doing with that lot?
Unpacking them, so don't say I never do now for you.
Nobody can do something else for me and all. You can put them all back again. I never ordered that stuff.
I know, but Mrs. Caldwell did. Oh, I expect she's not had a chance to tell you you're having company.
No, what company?
You know, Angle Garside.
And the
Oh, don't start getting at me, Mr. Tatlock. I mean, Mrs. Caldwell went to meet him off the 11:30 bus.
Oh, she did she? Well, if she thinks she's bringing him back here, she's got another thing coming.
You're quite right, Albert. It's your house.
Of course it's my house. And as long as I've got any puff, I'm not having a concy in it. Least of all, Handel Garside, so for the last time, take that stuff away.
Oh, you're a devil when you're roused, aren't you?
Minnie Caldwell knows damn well I won't entertain that fella. She's only trying it on.
If you ask me, Mr. Tatlock, she's doing more than trying it on.
Yeah, well, nobody is asking you. What do you mean?
Well, it's not often that Mrs. Caldwell digs her heels in, is it? But when she does, you might as well try and shift the Piccadilly Plaza.
Oh, talk English.
Look, if you won't let Angle Garside come and have his dinner here, he's got to go and have it somewhere else, hasn't he? And Mrs. Caldwell will have it with him, and a tea.
Oh, you're talking daft.
Yeah, but then again, I always do, don't I?
Here, all. Even if she does, it doesn't make any difference to me. I've managed on my own for years. I carry on that road.
Hey, do you mind? I was enjoying that.
Poverty, superstition, sandflies and snobbery, unless you're prosperous and white.
Now what are you on about?
Reasons for not going.
You having second thought?
No, I'm still on the first sort, the pros along with the cons. We still haven't decided yet, remember?
Ah, this morning it was all blue skies and champagne rice lollies.
Yes, but could we enjoy them if we knew that just round the corner there were kids living off a jam butty and a banana? I mean, it's not all sunshine in Jamaica, you know.
Nowhere ever is.
No.
What are you afraid of? Feeling guilty?
No, it might just affect my attitude to the job, you know, the kids I teach. I think it's only fair to think about it now.
Yes, I suppose so. I've been feeling guilty too, or I would if we went. It's been worrying me all day. That's why I bought that record as a sort of antidote.
Oh, yeah? Well, what's your hang-up, then?
Oh, the people we leave behind.
Who, exactly?
Well, who do you think?
I mean, really, it's crazy, isn't it? Why should we, you, feel responsible? I mean, it's not as if you were even his daughter. You're only his niece, for Pete's sake.
Well, you're not even that close, but you feel responsible.
Me? You're responsible for Uncle Albert?
You just said. Just then you said, why should we feel responsible?
Yeah, yes, I suppose you're right. I do, really. Oh, hello, Uncle Albert.
Oh, hello, love.
You needn't sound like that. I'm not after out. Only I'm not used to sitting in front at fire when I've got something on my mind. I've got to tell somebody a bust. That Minnie Caldwell, she's invited Handel Garside. What's up with you lot?
Nothing's up.
Well, from the look on your face, anyone who would think it was you was having a concy to come and sit at your dinner table.
No, we were just talking about you.
Why, something I shouldn't hear.
Something that you should hear. And something that you are the first to hear. But we don't want it putting around, not just yet, anyway.
Oh, well, what is the big secret?
Well, Ken's been offered a job. A very good job.
Why?
Abroad.
Abroad? Where?
Jamaica.
And how are you going to take it?
I don't know yet.
That's what we were talking about. You, if we go.
Hey, you've got no need to fret about me.
Uncle
I
Albert.
can look after myself.
Yes, but Uncle Albert, there's something we want you to think about, just in case we should decide to go.
What?
Well, we want you to think about going to live with Beatty. That's why we're telling you about this now.
Time for that yet. Not in my dotage, thank God. Seem to remember telling somebody this morning. I've lived on my own for years, and I reckon I can manage to carry on.
I'm getting over it slowly, only I must say I do get a bit jumpy from time to time.
Oh, I heard all about it, of course. It was all over the papers. That poor young man. He must have been deranged to go and shoot himself like that. But it was you I was thinking about, Minnie.
Oh, well, I hope you haven't been worrying about me, Andrew, because there's no need to, really.
Anyway, I'm not going to leave you again. I'm going to get digs somewhere around here and keep an eye on you.
Oh, that'll be lovely. Now, come and sit down and have a rest, Andrew, and I'll get the dinner ready, because Albert will be back soon.
Oh, dear. I wonder what he's going to say when he finds me here.
Well, whatever he says, he's got me to contend with. One out, both out.
Oh, hello. I hope you don't mind, Albert, but...
What does it matter whether I mind or not? I seem to be known round here. I better get used to the fact.
Now, Albert, I hope you're not going to start sulking.
What the heck's sulking?
Because if you are, Andrew and I can soon go and have our dinner at Ina's.
What? And leave me to eat through this lot on my own? No, you've bought it. We might as well have it. A land fit for heroes to live in.
It looks as if you'll be able to stay.
By gum, he must like your cooking.
That was absolutely lovely.
It was delicious.
Well, it's the element of competition, you see. It keeps them up to the mark.
Yes, he said I had to tell you. He made the souffle.
Ah, Ken.
Clever lad.
Have you ever noticed how these souffle merchants always leave the bread and butter stuff to their wives?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, you'll have to come round and have a meal at our place soon. Only don't expect any contribution from him, unless you'd like a nuts and bolts curry.
Well, that's something to get your teeth into, anyway.
Oh, Ken, why don't you tell them your news?
Our news, love. You tell them.
Well, apart from Uncle Albert, you're the first to know. Ken's been offered a marvellous new job in Jamaica.
Really? Congratulations.
Jamaica? When did this happen?
Well, I met this chap in New York, a Dr. Blanchard, and he's opening his new progressive school for, wait for it, young gentlefolk, and it's in Montego Bay.
Montego Bay, I've read about that.
I think you have. It's the millionaire's playground.
Yeah, that's right, and I'd be head of the liberal arts department.
Yes, get that.
What about the money?
Oh, well, a lot better than anything I get here, of course. And the fringe benefits, oh, boy. Big rent-free bungalow, free place for the kids, you know, not to mention cheap servants and free sunshine.
Hey, what would you do if it happened to us?
I don't think I'd agonise about it too
You
long.
know, that's just what I have been doing. Both of us have.
What for, you daft ape?
Oh, he's got some kind of conscience about betraying his origins.
Well, when you've lived all your life in a place like this, you know, to suddenly become a member of a privileged minority takes a bit of getting used to.
But you wouldn't let that kind of scruple stop you going, would you?
I don't know the answer to that question yet, but I've got a funny feeling the answer will be no.
I don't know what you're worried about. I mean, all those years teaching at Bessie Street and the Tech, you've deserved this break. And I mean, you've always known that you'd do better if you moved.
Well, why don't you tell the truth and shame the devil? Really, it isn't up to you two. As a matter of fact, you're both past it, aren't you?
Hey, watch it.
I know what she means. We might be past it, but them two upstairs aren't.
Every mother thinks that way, doesn't she?
Oh, Andrew, I was beginning to get worried about you. I expected you back an hour ago. Now, come and sit down and have a warm.
No luck, Minnie.
Oh, well, never mind. You're bound to find somewhere soon.
I'll ask her the district. There isn't anything. And with them having taken all the houses down, I don't suppose as many people could take a lodger in. And in the corporation flats, they're not allowed to.
No, poor Andrew.
I'll have another do tomorrow, but I don't think I've got much hope. Well, if I don't find anything then, well, I suppose I'll have to go back to Whaley Bridge. For the time being, at any rate.
Oh, don't worry. Something'll turn up.
Oh, wish we get a move on then.
Of course, we could go back to my house. Only not just yet, because it'll be cold and damp, and I'd have to have fires going in all the rooms, and I don't feel equal to the move yet. But there's somewhere else where you might be able to go.
Oh?
Come on, shape yourself. I'm expecting a visitor.
Shape myself? Who's the visitor?
Mrs. Sidlow.
Who's Mrs. Sidlow?
My vanishing agent had a telephone call from her this morning. Oh, I understand see Mrs. Tanner.
When's she arriving?
I don't know, but she's got a bit of explaining to do when she does arrive. I don't know who's going to like it least, me or her. Hey, can you imagine me, the heavy-handed boss?
Yes. Here's your opportunity. Mrs. Sidlow?
Yes.
Come in, please. Would you go straight through?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Sidlow. Glad to see you back amongst us again.
Oh, Mrs. Howard, I can't tell you how sorry I am for going away like I did.
Yes, I was a little bit sorry myself. Well, why don't you sit down and tell me what happened?
Thanks. I haven't been feeling too good recently, you see. Then I get this call saying that my mother's ill. She's a widow, you know, and lives on her own in Liverpool. Well, just outside, actually.
Go on.
Well, I had to go and look after her. But it ended up with her looking after me.
You mean you've been ill?
Well, I think I've had a sort of breakdown. I just sat and cried.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear it, Mrs. Sidlow, but why couldn't you let me know? Couldn't you get your mother to phone or a neighbour?
I should have thought about letting you know. But somehow I just couldn't think about anything.
Well, if you had have let me know, perhaps I could put somebody in your place. As it was, I didn't know whenever you were going to go back selling. And if the one thing the customer doesn't like, it's two people turning up on the same day.
Is the business very run down, then?
Well, it's not in the best of health, love. It needs going a lot of hard work to get it back to where it was. So I suggest you get stuck in as fast as you can.
I don't really feel well enough yet. If I could just wait for a week or two, you know, start again slowly, a couple of houses at a time.
I'm afraid that's no use at all, Mrs. Sidlow. What we need is a sustained attack on your district right now to make good the ground we've lost.
Oh, I see.
Do you need the job?
Yeah,
Badly.
very badly.
All right. I'll do the best I can for you. Though I feel I ought to warn you about the worst. It is quite possible that head office may say they want somebody to replace you.
Oh, do your best, Mrs. Howard.
Well, I've said I would, haven't I?
Oh, thanks. Bye.
I can't let Handel go back to Derbyshire at this time of night, and I certainly can't let him go to the Corporation Doss house.
Well, he's been in worse places, in prison.
Oh, well, then I'll just have to go back to my house and put him up there. Unless, Albert, you was to let him stay here in your spare room.
Oh, so that's the idea, is it? First I feed him, and now I've got to give him shelter.
Oh, Albert, you will, won't you? If only you could forget the war just for once. It's such a long time ago.
Here we are. Hope you like yours with salt and vinegar on, Albert.
Minnie says you've got nowhere to stay. You can have back room upstairs.
Well, that's very good of you, Albert. That's really very good. You've taken a load off my mind and off Minnie's too. Well, if I'm going to stay, I'd better take my case upstairs if I can find it.
Oh, don't worry, Handel. It's up there already.
Well,
Now, you go and get the knives and forks, and you can go and get the bread out.
Another cup?
No, thanks.
Well, come on, let's be having it. You didn't come around here to tell me you'd run out of tea.
No. The story I told you this afternoon, it wasn't true.
I see.
Well, at least it wasn't the whole truth. I didn't tell you the whole truth.
But now you want to.
Yes. I have been in Liverpool with my mother, and I have been ill, but
Yes?
I didn't go for the reason I told you. I went 'cause my husband's left me.
When did this happen?
About 6 weeks ago.
I'm sorry. Someone else? Is that the reason for your breakdown?
That's right.
Oh, I am sorry. Why didn't you tell me?
I was frightened.
Frightened? Frightened of me?
Well, yeah, my boss had let you down. After I'd gone, I realised I was foolish not to tell you everything. I knew you'd help me if I did. You will, won't you?
I'll do the best I can, love.
It's not just me, you see. It's the 3 kids. Men. They get you in some right messes, don't they?
You don't have to tell me that, love. Women can be a bit funny and all. Never mind. You leave Mrs. Painter to me.